Last month, I made 100,000 Rand from my laptop, and I realized something. That puts me in the top 5% of earners in South Africa at just 24 years old. That fact blew my mind, because yes, I knew that's a significant milestone for me to hit, but I didn't realize that that actually puts me in the top 5% of earners in South Africa at such a young age, and I'm nowhere even near my full potential. But the craziest thing is that the money alone is not the biggest thing that I took away from this goal, right? So in this video, I'm going to be sharing 3 lessons I learned after making 100,000 Rand from South Africa, from the comfort of my home too. If you don't know me already, my name is Angelo Christmas, and I'm a high ticket closer. So basically what I do is I speak to leads on a daily basis from influencers you may or may not know yourself that already have established businesses, already have products and services they promote, and I speak to the people that are interested in those products and services, and if I close them, I get paid via commission for the deal that I close, right? It's probably the best way you can make money online from South Africa if you want to tap into online space. So back to what I was saying though, the 3 things I learned after making 100,000 Rand in a single month. The first thing is to stop thinking inside the box. Now, what the fuck do I mean by that? Listen up. What I mean by that is you need to start expanding your view on the world. Meaning that if you're someone watching this video right now and you want to make more money, you want to improve your situation, you're probably trapped in this box right here, which is where you perceive the income cap to be, or your potential to be capped at a certain level, right? That could be 10,000 Rand, it could be 20,000 Rand, it could be 50,000 Rand. Just to give you an example, back when I started my journey, when I was trying to make money, right, I had this perception that 20,000, 30,000 Rand a month was good money. And because I believed that, I acted in alignment with that, and I never was able to surpass those sort of figures, right? Until I made the decision to believe that there is more I can achieve because other people are doing it, why the fuck can't I? And that's when I started to see progress, because I started actually expanding the box I was perceiving initially from this to a big fucking box like this, right? So that's the first lesson, right? Improve your box, your view on the world. That's going to allow you to actually enhance your potential and actually see great results in your own life, okay? The second thing I learned is that skill by far outweighs any degree you can acquire. I can speak firsthand on this topic because just a few years ago, I was in college myself. I was studying to get a degree. I was doing something I wasn't happy with just to please other people, just because I thought that was the only way to go. But I made a decision to fucking drop out of college and go all in on achieving my goals and becoming financially free. And you know what? It was fucking scary in the moment, but fast forward a few years later, I'm able to produce 100,000 Rand in a single month on a slow month. So the point I'm making is that no matter what degree you think can get you to where you want to be, it's not the degree that matters, it's your skill and the value you can provide to the marketplace. I have a skill right now that can allow me to produce enormous amounts of money from anywhere in the world, be able to work on my own schedule and make a fuck ton of money in the process. So the point I'm making with this lesson is that you got to ask yourself, what do you truly want in your life? And is what you're doing right now going to get you there? For me, when I was in college, I realized that staying in college is not going to give me the life I want to live. Because let's say I did stay in college and I let fear hold me back, I stayed in my comfort zone, I never found the bravery and courage to make that decision and go all in on my goals. Right now, I'll probably be stuck in a job I don't like, making around 20 to 30,000 Rand a month, living an unfulfilled life, knowing that my potential is all the way up here. And it's only because I had the consciousness to understand that's not what I wanted out of my life. And I also had the bravery to make a change in my life. A change that 90% of people out there will not be brave enough to make. And that's how I was able to go from making that decision, which was very scary at the time. Friends, family thought I was crazy, to now being able to produce 6 figures on a monthly basis from my laptop. So always remember, skill by far outweighs any sort of degree or qualification you can get from a traditional education like university or college, right? The third lesson is the power of investing in mentors, getting guidance, getting support, getting mentorship to help you accelerate your growth. Okay, this one is the by far one of the biggest reasons for my success I've achieved already. Because look, I could have got where I am today on my own, right? But it would have taken me so much longer, and there's a chance that I would have never got there. So ask yourself this: why do you want to try do it all by yourself, do it all alone, do it confused, do it scared, when you could just go find people that have already done what you want to do, already know how to do it, and learn from those people? Ask yourself why. And if I'm not mistaken, and you probably know this too if you're watching this, well, at least 90% of you, just like me, the reason why is because you're scared to take that step. You're scared it won't work out. You're scared to invest in yourself. You're scared to, spend money on someone, invest money into someone that you never even met before. You don't even know if it's legit. You're letting fear hold you back. And trust me, fear has held me back once in the past before. But it was only when I let go of that fear and started acting in a way where I don't let fear hold me back, is that's when I saw extreme growth. Okay? I'll give you an example, right? Last month, I made over $6,000, right? I'll even put a screenshot here on the screen. That's about 100,000 Rand. It would have been like 120K, but as you probably know, the exchange rate right now is trash, which is why, as you can see, about just under 100K hit my bank account. I'll even put a screenshot right here so you can see that. And normally when people hit, big numbers like this, they'll get excited, they'll get complacent, they'll let their comfort zone hold them back, say that, oh, they achieved a massive goal, it's time to relax, enjoy my life, take a breather. That's not me. If you knew where I was going and you knew the goals I'm going to achieve, you would not want to do that. Because right now, yes, I made 100,000 Rand, but my goals are far, far, far bigger than that. I don't have time to be messing around, fucking around, and not acting in alignment with the man I want to become. So what I mean by this is that straight after getting paid, literally the same day or the next day the money hit my bank account, I made a $13.5 thousand investment into improving my skill set and getting more mentorship and more coaching. Think about that. $13,500. That's more than double I made in one of my biggest months in sales. I invested that into mentorship and coaching. And by the way, I did not have that money laying around. I don't even have half of that laying around, right? I had to get resourceful. I couldn't even afford that mentorship that I started, right, for $13,500. So I had to put a small down payment down and pay the rest off over time. Now think about that. You got to be brave enough to make these kind of decisions. Guys, if you're watching this, you're probably in your 20s, in your 30s, you're probably young. This is the time to take action. This is the time to take risks. This is the time to go all in on your fucking goals, your desires, and make shit happen, right? I have no fear when I invest in myself. I feel so proud, so fulfilled when I invest into myself. This is by far the biggest investment I've made up until this point in terms of one singular investment, right? And after doing that, even though I was a bit like conscious of like, how am I going to make this work? Am I ready to do this? Do I need to wait until I have more money to do this? I owe the tax man so much of money because ever since I quit my job like 2 years ago, I haven't paid any taxes yet. So I'm in the process of getting all that sorted out. So I'm like, fuck, is this time to even make a decision like this? It's so easy to give yourself excuses as to why you can't start the business, why you can't start the diet, why you can't start trying to make money online, why you can't make a change in your life. It's so easy to find excuses why you shouldn't do things. But let me tell you this, guys. If you look for reasons not to do it, you will find those reasons. But if you look for reasons to do it, you will find those too. It's just about which one you actually want to prioritize And for me, I always prioritize the reasons to improve my life, because I know, yes, right now, this was an uncomfortable decision for me to make, to invest, over $13,000 into my skill set, more coaching, more mentorship. But I know without a doubt in my fucking soul that I'm gonna make that money back and so much more. There's no doubt in my mind that I'm gonna hit, $100,000 months, $1 million months, because I know where I'm heading. And that's only because I've already taken the time to get crystal clarity on what my ideal life is gonna be like, what I'm working towards. I know exactly what that looks like. And that's why whenever I have an opportunity presented to me to help me get there, I'm going to take that opportunity, even though I might be a bit scared, even though it might be uncomfortable, even though other people might think I'm fucking crazy. I don't give a fuck. And this is the mentality you need if you want to achieve results the majority of the world don't achieve. Think of it like this. If you keep doing what average people do, how the fuck do you expect to achieve extraordinary results? It's impossible. So that's my 3 biggest lessons I took away from me making 100,000 Rand. And it was a great start to the year of 2026. I'm so excited for this year. This year is by far going to be the biggest year in my journey. And I can't wait to actually document that entire process right here on this channel. And also be a beacon of inspiration to fellow South Africans that want to actually improve their life, want to make money online, want to find a way to escape, because that's something I was able to do. And let me tell you this, like, if a young guy like me from South Africa, college dropout, failed at multiple other business models, forex, dropshipping, social media marketing, all these things, I've tried them in the past, I wasn't able to make it work. If I can actually see the breakthrough and escape, quit my 9 to 5, escape the rat race, have freedom in my life, there's no fucking reason you watching this right now can't do the same. The only thing that will stop you from doing that is, 1, the beliefs you hold around whether the goal is possible or not, and whether you can achieve that or not, and 2, the actions you decide to take on a daily basis. So a good frame of mind to have whenever you start your day, or whenever you're faced with a decision or opportunity in front of you, ask yourself, what do I need to do in this situation that's going to help me move closer to my goal? And it's almost always going to be the answer you don't want to hear, the scary one, the risky one, the one that's going to require bravery, courage, boldness to take it. And then you have a decision to make. Are you going to actually step out your comfort zone, take the risk, start the journey, go after what you want? Or you're going to bitch out, be a pussy, keep doing what you've been doing, and then look back on your life 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now and regret not taking action? I would much rather take as much action as possible, as much risk as possible, and live to the end of my life when I'm on my deathbed knowing that I gave it my all. Even if I don't achieve everything I set out to achieve, I at least know in my heart I tried my best. Because I would much rather feel that than to lay on my deathbed and know that I pussied out. I never take the action I could have taken to help me become the person I want to be. Not just for me, but the people around me, the people I care about. That's how you also got to think about things, guys. All the goals you want to achieve, it's not just you that's going to benefit from those goals. It's the people around you right now. It's your friends, it's your family, right? It's your future kids you're going to have. You taking action now is you telling yourself that you actually love the people around you. Because imagine, you don't take in action now. Maybe you're a young guy like me, 24 years old, and in 10 years go by, you have your first kid, your second kid, and you're in a position where you can't actually provide for them the way you feel like they deserve because you didn't take action when you were younger. That pain is going to sting you like a motherfucker, right? And the sad truth is that most people don't think about these things. They just slide it under the mat. continue their lives, party, live for the weekend, take drugs, drink alcohol, live to only have fun now, but regret it later. And if you made it this far in this video, I can safely assume that you don't want to be the type of person that's going to regret things later in life. So I appreciate you for watching this video and making it this far. If you found any value from this video, please drop a like and share it with a fellow South African that you also want to see succeed, you also want to see win in their life. I would really appreciate that, and leave a comment if you want to as well. And my social media links will be down below in the description. Feel free to connect with me, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have an amazing week and stay safe. Bye.